know, what we talk about in this space is about real things in real estate. We talk about both the good, the bad, and some emerging trends. So we try to keep it as honest and open and transparent as possible. So one thing that I always look forward to is Inman. Inman, from many of you know, that they had a big event last week in Vegas. So with these events, and I was not there, but I read a lot about it, is there's always a lot of bluster and a lot of hype, which is pretty typical, but there's always a few nuggets there. So one of the most insightful speakers last week was Mike DelPrete. Many of you don't know who Mike is, but he's a pretty important guy in our space. He's a professor at Colorado State. He really focuses on real estate technology and emerging trends. What is really unique about Mike is he's one of the few guys that really understands the technology and what's really happening in this space, as well as what are the financial analytics and revenue and all the important things that venture capital and Wall Street look at. So he's able to look at all those aspects, which I think is really important. So he spoke about something that is upon us, and we'll talk more about that in a minute here, but he called it the massive technology reckoning. And again, he's not a guy that really drives a lot of hype or likes to be heard and wants to see his name on the internet, but I thought that was important. So what that really means is some important trends. One thing was he talked about the ability of large companies, and we're talking about Open Door, Zillow, and some other companies, their ability to take $1 billion in loss and still sustain and continue to grow. So that was very unique, and that continues to occur, and it will occur. He also talked about the massive venture capital inflow into our space as well. And we saw that trend kind of occurring 25 years ago. He alluded to it never being hotter and more of the inflow occurring than right now. What that really means is there continues to be significant pressure on real estate commissions. And we've been hearing about this. I've heard about it for 25 years, that 2.5%, 3% on each side is going to continue to be under pressure. We really haven't seen that occur yet. But he's talking about it's going to be added pressure with technology and all the other things that the spending and these companies are doing. Another thing that was very interesting is we've already seen this shift where we had a major player, Compass, actually come out and talk about reducing commissions to increase revenue. So very important and interesting things that he spoke about. So what does that really mean to you and I who are in the real estate mortgage industry? What I think is important is consider the disruption created by these companies. And as they continue to put pressure on these commissions, what that means is they're segmenting a lot of that entire process. So if you think about it from the customer's experience, what that means is there's going to be multiple points of contact through the process, right? Whether it's a initial phone call from a Zillow representative, it's a handoff to a realtor in the community, if it's a outsourcing of other services, there's going to be multiple points of contact, and it can get a little messy, especially if you're a consumer on the other end. So I think the solution is really simple, is continue to do what we've done, and that is be a single point of contact through the entire process and experience for your customer to answer all questions, to be available, to provide assistance, support, and to manage that experience and that relationship through the entire process. And remember, it doesn't end with a 90-day cycle for a listing and a closing. It means to continue to stay in front of your clients, especially when they need your services and expertise. So hope it's helpful. Thanks.